Okay, welcome to a video by AntiquesArena. My name's Walter Neal. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, weird, wonderful, and interesting items and sell them on my website, AntiquesArena.com. Today's video, we're going to have a little chat about utilizing and making money on scrap metals. Now, being an antique dealer, I buy from house clearances, I buy from estate sales, I buy from charity shops, car boot sales, auctions, you name it, I buy from anywhere. And a lot of the time, I end up with a lot of metal, A, that's either damaged, or B, I cannot sell. Excuse me. Um, let's say, for argument's sake, if I was to go to an auction house and I buy a box of miscellaneous, in that box of miscellaneous, maybe half a dozen broken brass candlesticks. I don't just bin them or chuck them away. I put them in a bag out the back, and they sit there and they sit there until I get time to process them. When I'm walking on car boot sales, if I see a roll of earth cable, I'll buy it and I'll take it home and I'll put it in the corner until I come time to process it. And, well, self-explanatory. Any metalware I get that is broken instantly goes into recycling. Any heavy metals I get go into recycling. Anything I can't sell, silver plate, EPNS, brass, it all goes into a bag to be processed. And I normally weigh this in once a year to cover Christmas. I know what you're probably thinking, is it really worth it? Well, the sheer volume of stuff I handle, I'm going to give you an idea now of just how much metal weight I actually have. Okay, so if I come over here to my photographs, this is the little corner of my back garden here. And you can see I have many bags and I literally just throw everything into them. In here, we got some silver plate, you got some brass trays up there. If you look over there, some candlesticks. You can see there's copper pipe I've already processed and put into a sack ready. That's all clean. I'll explain the process of that in a moment. There's all EPNS, see, teapots and things like that I haven't been able to sell. EPNS, electroplated nickel silver, goes through as brass. But there's quite a good little pile by there. And that's not all of what I got. Now, first and foremost, right, I process my metals. I don't just chuck it all in a pile and take it to a scrapyard and say, okay, because what they would do then, they would pay me the lowest price of mixed metals they possibly can. I literally process all my metals myself. For example, Sunday I was at a car boot sale and I took a full roll of copper earth cable and I sat there while talking to everybody and stripped it. There's over 20 kilos of pure bright copper here. And that is heavy, let me tell you. What do I use for my wire? Now you can buy drills and attachments for as little as 10 or 15 pound. That'll strip it for you. But all I do is a little block like this. It has little cutters, spikes. So I literally select the thickness of the copper wire. I put down the spike, lock it into position, open the clamp up, put the wire in, clamp it back down, and I literally manually just pull it through by hand and then just peel off the casing. And it leaves you with this beautiful, clean, very heavy roll of copper. So I paid about £30 for this one. You can buy pieces that strip wires for as little as 10 or 15 pound. But this is something I do a lot of. Therefore, I wanted a decent tool that I could use regularly. And it is really, really good money in scrap metals. Now, another thing I do to process, a lot of the time you'll have old pipe that looks like this. First of all, if it's covered in paint and things like that, more often than not, I'll clean it. I have a little brush that goes on my drill and I just straight over, take all the paint off and things like that. Now this is classed as brazy because it's got all solder all over it. You've got soldered pieces. So this is actually a mixed metal. So this is one of the lowest forms of copper you can weigh in. I won't even bother cleaning this up and waste my time. It's covered in lead. Well, it's lead free now, but a solder. So it's no point stripping any of this off. All this has got soldered all the way up to here, all the way up to there, up this side to there. Whoever soldered it did not do a very good job. Look at that solder. It isn't just there, it's all the way down. So this can't be cleaned up anymore. That will go in as brazy. But if I can cut clean bits of pipe off, I will. Now, this isn't the best grade you can get. Bright clean is the best. This would be something like a number two. You got number two, number one, you got bright. That copper wire there is about the highest grade you can get, I think. This is like number two, but it's still, because I've cut, this would have originally been on a pipe, not this one, but a pipe similar to this, and I would have cut it off and taken all the solder and things, and the soldered fittings off. So then I present my copper clean, I present my copper brazy, same with brass. The brass that is soldered or dirty brass, I'll put in one pile, clean brass will go in another pile. I know what you're thinking, is it worth all that trouble? And I'm going to show you the difference in a minute. For an example, wire. This roll was over 20 kilos. Right? 20 kilos of cable. In the plastic, they pay you £1 a kilo. Out of the plastic, this is the highest form you can get. And I'm going to share the prices with you now. Have a look at this. So, scrap metal, current prices. For copper, £3.50, which I presume is for brazy, up to £6.50, which is the highest you can get for that, which is that beautiful bright. So there's about 20 kilos there at £6.50 a kilo. So you do the math, 20 by 6, 120 and another 50p, £130 just in that one ball of copper, where it would have been £20 because there's a pound a kilo in the cabling. Lead, £1.30 a kilo. Anytime I'm driving around, if I see a car battery just dumped on the side of the road, I'll pick it up. It's like a tenner's worth of lead in the car battery that is just sat there. Brass, £2 to £3.50 a kilo. So if you got brass that's a little dirty, maybe a bit of mixed metal on there, you'll get £2 a kilo. You get clean, beautiful, perfect brass, no soldering, no other metals, just clean brass, £3.50 a kilo. It's worth processing your metals. That little pile out in the corner there didn't actually look a lot today, but there's probably 50 to 60 kilos of copper, and I'd say probably close on the same on brass. There's still wire I got to sort out. The £2 a kilo will be for the EPNS, the silver plate. That's what I mean by mixed metals. You got silver on the copper or silver on the brass. So if you can separate it out, clean and dirty, you get more money. I would imagine that little lot out by there is going to pull me back about £400-500 once I finish processing it. And as I've already said, I process it. For example, if I'm at a car boot sale, I will sit there chatting to people, waiting for sales, stripping cable. Or get yourself a little pipe cutter you can buy in for about £6, and it's literally a little disc, and you just put it on the pipe and you go, and the pipe falls apart. It's as simple as that. Really is. A little pipe tube, pipe cutter. Yeah. You can get all varieties of them anyway. And if you're doing different mix sizes, just get yourself an adjustable pipe cutter that you can just spin, tighten, spin, tighten. As easy as that. Copper, good money. £6.50 a kilo maximum. Doesn't take much to get a kilo of copper, let me tell you. Brass up to £3.50 a kilo, and lead £1.50 a kilo. Lead's heavy. Lead's not far off the weight of gold, is heavy. So, yeah, if you're interested in a little side hustle when you're doing this job, walk around the car boot sales, buy job lots. If you see somebody with a box full of brass on the floor, say to them, how much is your brass? And more often than not, they'll say to you, oh, I want a fiver for the box full, or £6, or even a tenner for the box full. Maybe 10 or 15 kilos in there. Bath taps, sink taps. There's like 3-4 kilos in a good mixer tap. If you get a mixer tap, it used to go in a bath. People that chuck them away because they're white. It's silver plate or chrome plate on brass. There's like 3 or 4 kilos of brass there. People that chuck them out for £1 and £2. I walk around the car boot sales and I always pick up, if I see metals, I pick them up and I buy them cheap. As you can see there, they just go in a bag. Once a year, I'll weigh them in. And normally it pays for Christmas. So, you want a little earner? Start saving your metals. Anyway, I hope you found it interesting. When I weigh this in, I'll actually put a little addition at the bottom of the description for you to know how much that little corner's worth weighed in at. I'll be weighing it in over the next couple of weeks. Sales have been low on the website, so I've been utilizing the time and doing other things. So I've been stripping and processing all my coppers and my brass down. So it'll be interesting. I will actually share a photograph on my Facebook page when I weigh it in of how much I actually received from that little bit of copper and brass and that out there. So you can actually see the genuine price of what I received. You can see how much is there off the photographs. So it'd be interesting for you to see how much I actually made. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And as I've said, it's another way of making money. Thanks for watching, guys.